In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, and peace and blessings be upon the most honorable of messengers, our Master Muhammad, his family, and all his companions. Welcome back to the basic preparation course on the Diploma in Education. Are you all ready, folks? Ready to cover just one thing so we can get people engaged? Dr. Arasha, are you ready? Dr. Hamad, Dr. Hamidan, excellent. May Allah bless you. And Dr. Khalid, excellent. May Allah bless you too. All right. We talked about handling the curriculum and interacting with students via content, announcements, curriculum, activities, and assignments. We discussed differences between assignments and unit tests. We covered recording lectures, requirements, live or recorded, and displaying them in short recordings. Now about tests. I won't cover test creation as it takes 3 hours. We'll quickly review test settings. On this e-learning department link, they did something nice. I will send it to you. The department created great lessons for instructors. We talked about all of that for live or recorded lectures. Now we will discuss the topic of tests. Creating a test takes 3 hours, so we won't cover that. We'll briefly cover test settings. The department offers great lessons for instructors. Check the educational lessons link I sent. There are lessons for students and faculty. In faculty lessons, find online tests. They offer excellent videos on creating tests from scratch. The test settings on the e-learning department link are impressive. The department created excellent lessons for instructors. You'll find lessons for students and faculty. In faculty lessons, there are online tests. They have videos on creating tests, including true-false. Each video is about 3 minutes, covering test creation from A to Z without a course. For example, if you go to the educational lessons in the e-learning department, you'll find lessons for students and lessons for faculty members. If you click on the faculty members lessons, you'll find something called online test. Here they have a collection of really great videos that teach you how to create a test from scratch. These videos cover everything, even how to create a true-false test. Each video is about 3 minutes long, so if you're interested in learning how to create a test from A to Z, no need to enroll in a course. We do have a course on online tests every semester, but no need to take a course. Just listen to the videos and you'll be able to create a test quite easily. Now, Dr. Sami, you're going to explain to us how the test appears to the students after you create it. To why? Even, how do you create a test in true and false images? How do you create a test? Each video is 3 minutes long. If you want to learn how to create a test from scratch, you do not need to take a course. We conduct a course every semester, and next week there's one on online tests. You don't need to enroll, just watch the videos to create a test. Dr. Sami will explain the test setup and settings to avoid issues. By watching this video, you'll learn to create multiple choice and true-false tests. It's simple. Here's the link for the e-learning department. Enter, find educational lessons, and tests for faculty members. To create a test, click Evaluations, and how to set the correct settings to avoid any issues during the test. Because if you watch this video, you'll learn how to create a multiple choice test, how to create a true-false test. It's a simple topic, nothing complicated. All right, this is the link I sent you for the e-learning department. When you enter the department, you'll find a button called Educational Lessons, and there's something called Tests for faculty members. All right, focus with me now, so we can see what we can do together. I'm going to exit this curriculum and go into another one. If you want to create a test, whether it's a midterm or a final, you go to the assessment section. This is where the tests are. You click on it once and you'll get this empty page. So how do we create a test? You click on the word evaluations. Evaluations. I can create a test in them, create a test from them, and a creator from them. I can create an assignment, but I am not required to do the assignment because the assignments are originally made by the content experts for us and made the assignments for us. As a teacher, I'm only required to do something very simple, which is the midterm final exams. So to create a midterm test, I click on assessments, then I click on the word test. I name it, for example, I click on create. I'll name it, for example. Midterm or final term, you can choose whatever you like. Let's say I'll call it final term. For the exam, you set your own guidelines and description. When asked about the guidelines, I say the exam lasts. Each question is timed and worth a point. You describe the exam covers the first units. Tell them, don't press save and submit until you're sure you've finished all questions. You give a few instructions. So each question has a minute and each question is worth a point. This means the total score for the exam is based on that. You describe a bunch of things and, for example, you make it clear that this exam covers the first 4 or 5 units. In the description and guidelines, you tell them, hey, be careful not to press the save and submit button until you're sure you finished all the answers. Also, remind them not to hit the back button. So you give them some specific instructions about the exam. You tell them that this exam is about, for example, the first 4 or 5 units. In the description and guidelines, you say, hey, be careful not to press the save and submit button until you're sure you've finished all the answers. Also, remind them not to hit the back button. So you give them some specific instructions related to the exam. You don't want to restrict them too much. It's specific to the exam. You don't want to put down freely. You don't want to put it down freely at all. And press, the important thing for me is the name of the exam. It represents the exam. And press the second one. After I create the exam, give it a name, and it shows up here at the top. And the screen with the questions comes up. We have 17 types of questions. 17 types of questions. Okay, focus with me. In diplomas, we are required to ask the following questions. We are required in diplomas to have questions that are, these are objective questions, not essay questions. Why? Because objective questions allow the student to focus better after finishing the exam. You can create true, false questions or multiple choice questions with a single answer. Of course, this one. The first question, for example, is a mathematical equation. That's not yours. A question like opinion or a poll is not yours. A question, for example, downloading a file. How much could be related to chemical or physical experiments or a computer, and how much is not your concern. A short answer question, you might not know how to do it because you need to listen very carefully. You need to use specific words with specific letters and things like that. So always stick to true, false questions and multiple choice questions if you're going to have a single answer or multiple answers. If you have more than one correct answer, you can also do ordering questions. That's not a problem. Ordering questions can be used because their results show up after the exam. So you might have a true, false question, a multiple answer question, a multiple choice question, and an ordering question. All of these can be done. You can do ordering questions, no problem. You can use ordering questions because their results show up after the exam. So you might have a true, false question, a multiple answer question, a multiple choice question, and an ordering question. All of these can be done, okay? As for the mathematical equation and the effective point, that stuff, suitable with other subjects. Okay, let's just say I want to create a true, false question like that. So you say that this question is true, or 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 true. I sent from the following components of the computer hardware, I put the question, and there's always a question. Where we put a question mark like this, you can make it bold, you can change its font, make it a bit bigger, like 18, for example. If you want to make it red to highlight it as a question, that's up to you. All right, I put the question. This is a true, false question. What does that mean? This is, excuse me, a question of true or false. So this isn't the answer yet. We can say, for example, the keyboard is an input device. This is a true, false question. The keyboard is an input device. So I come here, and this is a question. Oh, this is a true question. So what answer do I have? I need to make sure it's true, and it is true. And that's what you mark as true. Make sure it's correct, and it is correct. And this is what you mark as correct. If the question is false, then you need to change it here as a teacher. And this was available to you in the instructions for the e-learning process here. This explains to you how to create a true, false question, and how to create a complete multiple choice question, how to do a true or false question, and how do you create a complete multiple choice question. So I'm not able to teach you today how to create question. No, I'm going to teach you how to set up the test. So I made a question, right? I'm going to create another question,